What's up, everybody? Oh boy, see, I already messed up. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike Goose over here with the Professor 𝐁𝐀𝐋𝐍. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good myself.
Good morning, everyone. We are part of RBR Realty. This is Real Talk, where we keep it real between you and I, you and Mike, and we just talk about real estate, keeping you up to date. We're centered right in the middle of New Jersey, Manalapan. However, we take care of all of Jersey, and we want to keep you up to date with the most recent stats and have a little bit of fun with it. Not trying to sell anything, just keeping it real.
Always keeping it real with you guys, absolutely. So we're gonna start out with the boring stuff. Let's just do a little bit of the.
Let's get it out the way. Let's jump into market stats.
That's right. I mean, I know we're gonna give you some really great entertainment over here, but let's start off with the small stuff.
We gotta start somewhere.
Out here in central New Jersey, right?
Yes.
What do we have going on right now?
So right now, just to give you an update, so new listings, we have 616 new listings. What does that mean? All right. It's a good amount. Listen, there's a lot of inventory out there that's coming up. I know people are saying winter market, don't list in the winter time, don't buy in the winter time, wait till the spring market, wait till summertime. I think you and I could both say that's not necessarily the case all the time. All right?
Absolutely. I've been getting a lot of people just the past 2-3 weeks. I'm going to wait until the spring. I'm going to wait. I keep hearing, I'm going to wait. Only thing I remember going on in the spring are my seasonal allergies, and you don't want to be around me when I'm sneezing up a storm, okay? Yeah. But Nikita, tell us why spring isn't the best time to actually start looking or listing a home.
I mean, as you guys know, the market is, we're in unknown territory nowadays. What's going on right now is unpredictable. The market is super, super hot. I mean, honestly, comparing today's winter market to, let's say, summer market of 2018, 2017, they're pretty comparable. Like I mentioned, new listings, 616, closed listings, 454. That's a high percentage to list to sell ratio. I mean, if a house is sitting on the market for more than a couple weeks nowadays, it's either overpriced, right, or there might be something wrong with it, right. There's something going on there, something a little bit shady.
Maybe advertising isn't so well, or you never know.
Absolutely.
You need the right strategies if you're going to be listing your house, and you don't have to wait until the springtime. That's the magical thing. And guess what also doesn't wait until the springtime? Rates.
Yes. You know what? Let me jump back into that question of why you asked, why is it a good time to maybe look into buying or selling right now? As you mentioned, rates are climbing up very, very quickly. They're shooting up. So, I practice what I preach. Listen, I'm under contract for an investment property. I went into contract, I think, late November, December. We're due to close any minute. I think my rate was low 3. Yesterday, I checked in with one of our lenders. It's around that 4% mark. It's starting to get up there. Now, reason for it. Inflation is really, really high right now, as we all know. So the feds, they're trying to control a little bit. So what they're gonna do over the next, my speculation, over the next 3-4 years, I think is gonna come up to that 5-6% maybe, just to level it out. I think last time I checked, inflation for real estate was like 20%. You want to have inflation, but right. You don't want crazy numbers like that. So what they're gonna do, not to shock the market and just boost it up to 6%, that's gonna destroy our economy. So what they're going to do gradually, slowly, I still think next year and 2023 maybe even is still going to be like a seller's market.
Right. So I'm all on board with that as well. I've been seeing that also. And that's the thing, people who are able to afford a $600,000-$700,000 house 2 months ago. Yeah. I mean, we're not talking about 2 years ago. I'm talking about the same clients that I've been taking out 2 months ago are now only able to afford a $500,000 home.
Yes.
So that's a big difference over here.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, people are like, well, the housing market it's just too expensive right now. I mean, it is on the higher end.
Expensive is in the eye of the beholder.
Very true, very true. I mean, it is a little bit on the higher end, right?
I agree.
But remember, the rates are still low. So in the long run, if this is going to be a house that you're going to be in for like 15, 20 years, you're still going to be ahead of the game.
Yep. I mean, the way I look at it, imagine if you bought a house 2 years ago when this whole pandemic thing started. Rates were low, prices were still low, no one was buying. I was quick enough to get my parents on the
On board,
on
right?
the trend. Yeah, they got $60,000 of equity in their townhouse. I mean, that's insanity.
Within 2 years.
1.5. Ridiculous. I mean, the reason for it, interest rates were what, like 4 or 5, maybe
Right.
even 6 back then.
Right.
So, if you compare a house back in that market for, let's say, 500,000, and you compare a house with interest rates of in the 2s and the 3s for 500,000, your monthly payments are going to be right around that same ballpark.
Right.
And you're able to afford much more. So that's what's causing that inflation to happen. People have more spending power, limited inventory, that supply and demand, that's what's shooting up. Look at the car market.
I don't want to look at the car
It's a
market,
different
actually.
It's a different, I guess we don't specialize in it,
Right.
but we see what's going on. We see
Right.
what's going on in general. So right now, as we mentioned, very, very hot spring market and winter market. However, I highly recommend, if I'm talking to you guys, the buyers, highly recommend, get that pre-approval, lock in your rate, and start shopping. Reason for it, you wait till the summertime. That's what I hear. Let me wait till the summertime. My
Right.
kids are going to be out of school. Of course, I understand that, but there's ways to go around it. So, for example, if you wait till the summertime, you're competing with way more buyers. Because
Absolutely.
everyone's shopping,
Absolutely.
right? Interest rates are high, so you're paying more. So you're overpaying for the house. You're overpaying on rates. It's like a lose-lose situation.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? So if you're thinking about buying a house, I would get on that real quick.
Yes. Yes.
And this is just, again, not trying to sell anything, personal opinion. That's why I'm investing in real estate right now as well. What are your thoughts on
I
that?
always think the right time is when you're ready. You know what I mean? Sometimes people.
Why wait?
Why wait? Right. If you have the funds or, you have the motivation, why not now?
Yes.
Why does like a spring or a market have to dictate? Because guess what? There are still great, people are still buying homes.
Yes.
Everybody's saying like, well, I'm competing. I understand, but guess what? A lot of people are competing and people are still, winning these bids and everything. So it's still the right time and you'll find the right place. Absolutely.
And the thing is with real estate, I know everyone was very scarred by the 2008 market crash.
Yes. Yeah.
However, there has been a lot of things implemented that, prevent that. So for example, lenders
Absolutely.
are a third party now. Appraisers, I mean. So you can't have a appraiser come in that that's gonna, kind of throw,
Right.
mix
This
up the value.
$100,000 house is like, yeah, well, it'll
Yeah.
appraise at $1 million.
So I don't think we're going to be underwater in today's market, and I feel like real estate is so forgiving. Let's say worst case scenario, right? Market crashes, 20% drop. I mean, there's still that cushion because everyone needs real estate, and real estate is limited. You know what I mean? So give it 5-10 years, it's bound to grow. Our economy is constantly growing. I don't think there has been a time where real estate has significant crash before 2008.
Right. There's always been some sort of maybe minor correction, right?
Yes.
But at the same time, this isn't the metaverse, as we were,
I love you
speaking
mentioned
about it.
correction. I think that's what's going on right now. Trying to raise those rates, trying to equalize, the growth of houses because we're getting to ridiculous numbers today.
Right. Absolutely. So with that being said, we're gonna play a little game of guess the price, right? So being out here in central New Jersey, we have beautiful properties. I mean, all over the place, right?
Yes.
And with that being said, we want you, the audience, to guess the price. Let me just raise this back up over here, like the rates, and we're gonna.
Just check it out the window.
Yeah, we're just making sure it works over here.
We're back.
Yeah,
You okay?
Yeah. That was really close. I mean, episode 1, so things happen,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, listen, we'll get insurance for the next one.
That's right. So moving right along, another important stat that you guys really need to be following is days on market.
Yes, huge stat for you guys that are looking to sell. We're looking for days on market. You preferably want to stay within that 40 to 60 day.
Right.
That's normal market numbers. That's like healthy numbers. Very healthy numbers for the past few months going on. We're like in the 40s, 30s. So you guys see the graph where it dips down, and it's actually around that end of market, end of summer, fall season.
Right.
it is starting to come back up a little bit. You know, maybe it's stale listings. I know a lot of inventory right now. People are throwing it out there. It's like, hey, if it sells, it sells. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Back to what we were saying about, you know, if a house has been sitting on the market for a few weeks now, maybe it's a little high in price, or, you know, run a market analysis on it. Very simple. So with that said, I think if you're looking to sell your house, definitely great time to do it now. Don't even bother waiting for the summer market. I mean, you can. However, you're still going to capitalize like crazy on in today's prices. You know,
Absolutely.
If you don't mind using a little story, I don't want to get into the details of it. I had a transaction pending from the summertime, right? We appraised, came right at that purchase price. There was some issues going on, so we had to reappraise because the appraisal expired. It's only good for so long. We overappraised by $20,000.
Few months.
4 months, 5 months, $20,000 of growth. I mean,
so the equity keeps on growing no matter what.
Yes. And you know what it is? You know, people are thinking market's going to crash. I think more realistically it's going to stabilize. You know, right now you can still capitalize on that growth as a buyer, and as a seller you can still get that top dollar. It's like very strange times that we're facing right now. It's like we don't know where it's going to go. Right. But I think, you know, right now is a perfect time for buyer and sellers to take advantage.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, listen, I think it's going to stabilize. I think prices are going to grow, you know, back to normal growth, you know, how our economy was, 2-3%, you know, something like that. I think that's the ultimate goal, you know, of our economy, to have that steady growth, not exponential, because in the past few years it's been way too crazy.
Absolutely.
I mean, if we're looking at that, you know, a 4-bedroom house in New Jersey is going to be like $2 million. So right. That's a little crazy.
You know, I've been seeing it a lot also recently, and you know, that's what I'm telling them. Hey, there's no time like today. I mean, if you're thinking of listing within 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, what is stopping you? I mean, you know, listen, us as professionals, we could tell you. You know, a lot of times I hear, you know, I want to repaint the house. Why?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
That's the worst. Or you know what? Again, it's in the eye of the beholder. Some people love carpet. But you know what? The millennials, which is a lot of today's market, today's buyers, they hate it. You know, they want that hardwood floors. Yep. Not even laminate. I see people kind of going away from laminate.
So what happens when you make that Bitcoin and Dogecoin money, right?
Yeah. And, you know, just colors of the walls. You know, everyone has their own style. Sometimes I think it's better to just keep it all neutral. You know, maybe adjust the price a little bit so it has that cushion for them to do the renovations. But not, like you mentioned, not all the times you need to do a lot of work to your house to sell it. One thing I wanted to brush up on, use of occupancy, U&O.
Big.
That's a big thing. So
absolutely.
If you're a buyer, let's say right now, and you want to wait till the summertime, what you can propose is a U&O for the seller. And I'm sure a lot of sellers will take it right now because they got to go somewhere.
Right. They need places to live also.
Exactly. That's the best of both worlds. How it works is you close your house, let's say 30 days, right? And then you offer the sellers an option to basically rent it out from you.
Right.
Pay your mortgage, have them stay there for a certain amount of time, you know, 2-3 months. And then once that summertime comes, your kids are out of school, sellers found a house that they love. It's like the perfect smooth transition into your new home.
Absolutely. And a lot of people are doing it these days because of that. You know, people are like, I'm afraid. I'm gonna list my house. You'll sell it in 1 week. Where am I gonna move?
Yes.
Don't worry about that. We'll find.
You're still living in your house for a couple months. You have cash on hand. Right. You know, it's like.
We'll find your house. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? There's plenty of houses coming, and we'll find you that perfect house as well. Absolutely.
Well, you know what? I think we're just about running out of time.
Yeah, this has been a pleasure.
Yes.
And guess what? We're going to have some great guests coming along, fun games. Stick around for episode number 2.
We're just here to keep it real.
That's right.
All right.
Have a great one, guys. See
ya. Bye-bye.